Hello, Dominic from Automotive. I'm out in my garage and home today. I'm just cleaning some parts for my F-150 project. I like to bring them home with me so I can work on them during the week when I can't get out to the shop. So what I have to show you today is the electrolysis tank. And it's pretty handy. So what we got going on here is you got your... Basically how it works is you got your anode and your cathode. I don't remember which one is which. I believe the steel, the sacrificial steel here, is the anode. Okay? So what you're going to do is, as you can see, I just did a 5-gallon bucket. And I wired my two pieces of steel together around the outside, just drilled some holes in it and wrapped them in there. And as you can see, whatever part you put in there, you put the negative side of the 12 volts on your battery charger to the part you want to clean. So you want the electricity to flow from your rusty part, from your rusty part to the sacrificial metal. And as you can see, I just wire wheeled that thing yesterday. So it's definitely taken rust off of parts. And what you want to do is you want to fill it with water. And then for a 5-gallon bucket, you're going to use a 1/3 cup of washing soda. And what that is, that's sodium carbonate. And you need that to make an electrolyte so the electrolysis can happen. And so all we have going is we have a cheap battery charger I bought from Amazon and a little crappy jump box. Okay? The crappy jump box is there to trick the charger into going, because if I were to shut it off right now and turn it back on, nothing will happen. But as soon as you put your 12 volt battery or jump box or whatever on there, it'll trick the charger into working and you can take it off. So what we got going here, and I'll show you. Here's a part that's already been in there. I got it soaking in some PB Blaster now. I gotta get that bolt out of it. But so this was crusty. It was nasty. As you can see, I need to take a wire brush to it. But so it came out looking like that. The electrolysis tank will take all the paint off, all the rust off, if you let it run long enough. And the thing went in looking like this. Okay? So it works pretty good. It's not expensive. I mean, all you need is a crappy little battery charger, a 5-gallon bucket, and some steel and some wire. It does a good job. Like these bolts here, those were all my adjuster bolts for my headlights on my F-150 project. There's all the tabs that come off of them. So what I did with those, I took those and stuck them in the electrolysis tank just on a piece of mechanics wire and stuck them in there and let them cook for a couple of days. They were so rusty you couldn't see any threads on them at all. And I did that so that I could get the rust off the bolts so that I could unthread the parts on the adjusters. Otherwise I would have tore the plastic all to hell. And it's one of those things, I could have bought new parts, but why would I? I have all the parts here that I need. So that's all I really got. So 5-gallon bucket, 5 gallons of water, a couple pieces of sacrificial metal. Steel's the best probably because you can clean it off repeatedly. And what you do is you just take a wire wheel to it when it gets dirty and stick it back in there and cook some more. Cheap battery charger. 1/3 cup of washing soda per 5 gallons to make your electrolyte. And that's it. It works pretty good. Now that other piece I had that was already done in there, I'll wire brush that up. and put some paint on it. It's good to go. We'll have to see after I wire brush it. I might still stick it in the sandblast cabinet. But it's good for stuff that has exposed threads on it, especially, that you need to be able to take apart. You can stick it in there and get the rust off the threads before you try to pull them apart. Hit them with a little bit of PV Blaster and then they'll come right apart like butter. That's really all I got. And you can use this on anything as big as you want. Just know that the bigger the tank you have, the more electricity you're going to need to put to it, and it has to be DC. Alternating current switches from positive to negative, so you don't want that. You want direct current where it's always plus 12. And that doesn't have to be 12. If you have a power supply that does something else, that would be fine too. But the bigger the tank and the bigger the part you put in there, the more juice you got to put to it. That's all I got. Thank you, and you folks have a fine afternoon.